How's it going, everybody? Solo Black 313, Rise and Ride. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Now, today, I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to get right to the topic at hand. I'm talking to everybody out there that's listening, but I'm mainly talking to my sport touring brothers in America and across the pond. Have you guys seen the new Honda NT11? I don't like it. I think Honda is doing a disservice to its loyal sport touring population, segment, buyers, lovers, whatever you want to call it. I've done a little bit of research on the new Honda NT1100. And when I first saw it last year in some renderings, I thought it was an ADV bike. Now, let me say this to all my ADV brothers. I don't have a problem with an ADV bike. It's just not my thing. I've never ridden an ADV bike, adventure bike. It's just not my thing. Like dirt bike riding. I have never, ever ridden a dirt bike. It doesn't mean I wouldn't like it if I did ride one. It's just never been something that I wanted to do. Never wanted to ride a dirt bike. The only time I've ever wanted to ride an adventure bike is when I go camping and I take my Honda Shadow or that ST13 down a fire road or a really bad road. In the back of my mind, I'm like, wow, I wish I had an ADV bike, an adventure bike. But as I understand, I've listened to a lot of vloggers and I've listened to a lot of official press release type videos on ADV bikes. And they all say most people that ride an ADV bike, adventure bike, don't use it for the purpose that it was intended. Most, not all. You got your hardcore off-roaders that, they want to take that ADV bike and that adventure bike. I'm gonna start calling it an adventure bike. I'm gonna stop saying ADV. An adventure bike, they very seldom use it in the way that it was designed to do. It's more used on the road or light off-roading. They come with 80-20 tires, 50-50 tires, all kind of tires. But I hope you understand what I'm saying is most people that buy those adventure bikes don't use them in the real intent that it was made for. A motorcyclist will buy a bike to fit his personality. So a lot of people buy adventure bikes because that fits their personality. It doesn't mean they're actually going to go out to some deep woods and ride it like an adventure bike. It just fits them, and that's cool. I said all that to say that an adventure bike isn't my type of bike. What is my type of bike? I like sport bikes. I like cruisers. I like naked bikes. Those bikes would be my first to get. But an adventure bike or a dirt bike or a dual motorsport bike, those bikes don't excite me. They don't make me want to run out and buy it. So now let's get back to this NT11. Like I said, when I first saw the NT11, I thought it was an adventure bike like these. So I did a little research because I didn't want to come on here saying something that was wrong. And when I went to the official press released videos with Honda and some of the other people that represent Honda, no, that NT1100 is taunted as the new sport tour from Honda.
Okay, this is what was written. In the landscape of ADVs, there is a gap. And that gap is for riders that want performance and the ability to ride long distances with speed and comfort, but not necessarily with the image and physical appearance of an adventure bike. What they want is sport touring. Now that came off an official site for the new NT11. They're saying that NT11 fills a void. The NT11 to me is nothing more than a giant adventure bike.
Oh my goodness. Why, Honda? Why? My definition of a sport touring bike: 1, to travel a long distance. 2, to travel that long distance at great speed. 3, to travel that long distance at a great speed with a large gas range. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not making more of this than what it really is. But if this is a Honda's new official sport touring bike, it missed the mark with me. Now, I'm an American, and Americans know this, and people in across the pond know this. We're Americans. We like big displacement. This NT1100 has a 1080cc motor that's only going to do 100 horsepower and something like 75 kilowatts of torque. No. My ST1300 is rated at 128 horsepower. And I'm going to give you the figures for the torque rating in a minute. I want to get this out the way. Top speed on my Honda ST1300, verified through GPS and my dashboard that I got it up to and sustained for miles, was 148 miles per hour. I don't care what the specs say on their official sites. And here's the thing about it. When I was doing that 148 miles an hour, I still had room left. I could take it further. Then there was one guy, I can't think of his name. Boy, I'm really bad with names. He had his ST1300, 2007, 152 miles an hour. Do I want a sport tour just to be able to go over 140 miles an hour? No, but here's the thing about it. It's an option. I like options. It's almost a 1300cc motor. My Honda ST1300 has a 29-liter gas capacity. That's 7.7 gallons of gas. And no joke, I can travel, if I have my air filters clean, a good tune-up, oil change, and spark plugs, I can go 320 miles nonstop, 320 miles nonstop. To me, that's what a sport tour does. The NT 1100, 20 liters of gas, and I'll get the actual gas range, mileage range, and I'll put it on the screen. That's not a sport tour. To me, that's not a sport tour. Now, I've listened to a lot of guys in the EU when they talk about sport tours. The EU, the combined EU countries are bigger than the United States. I Googled the population of the EU. It's and 48 million people. Here in the United States, we got 300 million. The motorcycle market in the EU is bigger than the United States market. And those guys in the EU can travel from the top, and I'll put a map up, all the way to the bottom. And it's conducive for them to have a motorcycle that can do it quickly, comfortable, and with a great gas range. And I think the gas prices are more in the EU than they are here in the United States. I'm going to do some checking on that too. I just think Honda's doing a disservice to its loyal ST owners and, sport tour owners. Now, yes, there are other sport touring motorcycles. The Yamaha FJR, the Concourse 14, Kawasaki, and that BMW. I'll put the name up. I'm not really into BMW, so I'll put the name of their sport tour. I know one is the R1250 RT. That's a really good sport tour. I did some research on that. And so I used to say in my videos earlier that I wasn't a Honda fanboy. Okay, I'm gonna come clean. This guy is a Honda fanboy. I like all bikes. I've had Yamahas. I haven't had a Kawasaki. I've had Yamahas, Suzukis, Hondas. Yeah. Yamaha, Suzukis, and Hondas. I've never had a Kawasaki. But that might change, because that new Suzuki, I think it's a GT1000. Oh, yeah. That's a sport tour. And I'm going to throw up the specs on the GT1000 Suzuki. To me, the Yamaha FJR looks better than the Honda ST1300. It's a more aggressive seating and it looks a little bit better. But some numbers for the Honda ST1300, you just can't beat. I mean, wow. Honda, I'm gonna say this again. Why? Why would you do this to us? I was expecting the new Sport Tour to be revised. Now, what would I like the new Honda Sports Tour to be? I don't know, a 1500 cc V4, this is wishful thinking, with about 180 horsepower, the 7.7 gallons of gas, cruise control, updated TFT screen, updated electronics. That's what I want. Now, Honda was plagued with a wobble problem. And from the research I've done, the wobble problem came from when somebody might have had more than 10 kilos or 10 pounds, somewhere in that area, of stuff in their top case, a full tank of gas, 7.7 gallons, or the full 29 liters, and their windshield all the way up, that caused the ST1300 to wobble, and it got a reputation of being a wobbler. But the Honda engineers know in 2021 what that problem was. As I understand, you can solve that wobble problem by just simply adding a fork brace. And I'm going to get a fork brace. I'm going to reiterate this. I've had my bike up over 140 miles an hour, and I never had tank slap. I've never had a wobble. I think Also, that wobbling problem is if you had underinflated tires or bad tires. I got a brand new set of Bridgestone T31 Sport Touring tires on my bike when I did that over 140 mile an hour run, and I didn't get not one wobble. But I'm still going to get the Super Brace fork stabilizer and put it on there just in case. Can't hurt. So yeah, I want a big motor. I want to have a lot of gas, and I want to do it comfortably. And let me tell you another thing about that Honda ST1300. I was going through Ohio, and I had a chick on the back, and she fell asleep. And let me tell you something. I was doing every bit of 90 and 90 plus miles an hour, and she was on the back in the pillion, knocked out for a long time. The Honda ST1300 is a very comfortable bike. I mean, it's very comfortable. I mean, it's not on the level of the Goldwing, but it put her to sleep. Now, let's talk about the direction of Honda and possibly how I feel they want ST riders to go. I think Honda wants ST riders to gravitate toward that Honda Goldwing bagger, the non-touring type of Goldwing. Now, I love the Goldwing. I love the touring version of the Goldwing, and I love the non-touring bagger version of the Goldwing. I love them, especially the 2018 to the current ones now, 2020 and 2021. I love them. The technology in those bikes, the DCT transmission. I would get one, but not right now. Now, I don't want to focus in on the Goldwing Tourer. I want to focus in on the Goldwing bagger, non-tourer. So I'm wondering, is Honda saying, oh, we're not going to put out another sport tourer. We'll let them just go to the Goldwing bagger. I think that might be what they're trying to do. And I just told you, I love both of those Goldwings. But the Goldwing bagger is not a sport tourer. I don't want to have a Goldwing bagger right now in my life. First of all, let's do some technical thing about the Goldwing bagger. The ST1300 has 7.7 gallons. The newer 18 to now, I think the gas tanks are somewhere like 6 gallons. Plus, I had talked to Mike Haley, 7, and asked him about the horsepower rating on the Goldwing, and he has a 2019 Goldwing Tour, and he told me it was electronically stopped at 112 miles an hour. I don't want my bike to be limited to 112 miles an hour. That's why I want the Sport Tour. You know, the Yamaha FJ's horsepower, I think is like between 160 and 180 horsepower. Come on, man. Once again, why, Honda? Why? Why would you do that?
All right, look, I'm gonna stop. This is Solo Black 313, and I do motorcycle content, camping content, moto camping. I showcase moto camping products and motorcycle products. If this made sense to you, like I always said, I would appreciate it if you would leave a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel. All right, I ramble enough. So this is Solo Black 313. God bless you, and I'll see you the next time.